Hello, my name is Karen. I want to share a little magical story experience that I've enjoyed thanks to my dear, dear longtime friend and guidance mentor, Tawni Acosta. I happen to be right now in the process of a very exciting career change, life experience change. I just won a major job that has me traveling off of the American continent over to African continent. I'm moving from the Los Angeles area to South Africa. uh, I've done a lot of traveling in my life, but never been there. Big excitement, big changes. One of the things I've had to think about and weigh is how to handle the belongings that I have collected over a lifetime of working and teaching and studying in the United States. And in talking with Tawni, now before mentioning all of this to her, I was trying to sort out getting friends, neighbors of mine who have expressed an interest in moving out of their homes to become my tenants while I was away out of the country. And none of that really panned out, and really I think that the couple of red flags that went up over the course of me talking to neighbor friends of mine is a gentle reminder and an early reminder, thankfully, that it's better to go with a tenant who has gone through the entire questionnaire process and is a formal business partner in a sense, not just a friend, because I don't want to have financial troubles and tribulations while I'm on a completely different continent. But I have deeply ingrained thoughts and feelings about home ownership and owning property that were instilled in me when I was very young by my mom, who was a struggling single mom, and yet having property. I was able to see my mother's life, how she struggled. And one of the things she always told me was, you must own property. And when she went through her divorce, and my deadbeat dad did not contribute to the family when I was younger, I got to see how my mother having a home of her own, having a mortgage, eventually having the house paid off at the end of her life, it created a lot more comfort and ease for her compared to older friends of hers or colleagues of hers who were not in that same situation, who were still renting. And so I did not want to find myself, I don't want to find myself in that situation. Home ownership is very important to me, and that's where I invest my money. So I was very much attached to me keeping this house that I have. Talking to Tawni, being on the phone with her on a video call for a guided hypnotherapy session, a conversational hypnotherapy session, was transformative. Just her thorough and I wouldn't say suggestive as in her telling me what I ought to do, but gaining clarity in my options and knowing, discovering being clear that there are options, and one of those options that definitely eliminates stress for me is to release this property that I have here, ask for enough money to comfortably be able to buy a home in my new work location, and start fresh. Starting anew and starting fresh is not something that I'm afraid of, but holding on to the past is something that I have been very attached to. And as soon as I finished my session with Tawni, I went online and started researching and discovered there are companies that offer a double paycheck for the sale of one's home. What they call a cash out and then a bonus check. After the company that offers you a cash out payment for your home, they go in, make renovations to the property after you've moved out, and then after the property's sold at a much higher rate, they share part of that profit with the homeowner. So I was considering that route, but I've discovered that those guys, it's probably just the number of people that I've gone through hasn't been enough, but the people that I've been in touch with for the cash out offer, they're all playing hardball. Obviously, we all want to get the most out of our business exchange, but I'm getting dramatically lowballed on offers for my home with the cash investor people. And so I have gradually worked my way towards trusting the route with a real estate agent, and I've found people who have the same mindset as me, as far as getting the word out to people who are in a similar situation to what I was in when I originally bought the house that I'm in the process of selling. Any case, all of this to say that I'm eternally grateful to Tawni for her wonderful, uplifting, clarifying communication and way of bringing awareness to the situation that I'm in, and letting me know that there are options, and letting me know in such an organic way that I felt like I was completely able to digest the ideas and take action. I was not overwhelmed and stuck in a frozen state in which I was just paralyzed, which I had been in that state for a couple of weeks, right after I won this wonderful job that I'm getting ready to go move out and enjoy being part of a new musical family. So thank you again, Tawni. I highly recommend Tawni's services to anyone who is sorting out life-changing questions, situations, problems, and needs clarity on where to take action, because taking action is how we affect positive change. And that's what being happy and making progress in life is all about.